Hey guys, this is MB from underdogchance.com and welcome back to my MLB betting model predictions and projections for Monday, August 12th. I will share my numbers with you from my betting model yesterday 3-1 with profitable results. And let's move to today's projections. Before I start with projections, I want to say a couple of words about the mistakes I see many bettors make in the long run. Of course, everything I say is about the long run. So if you want to become a long-term winner and turn sports betting into an investment stream, so everything I say is about long-term because in the short run, anything can happen. But what I see is that a lot of bettors don't see this long-term focus and they try to grab quick wins, short-term wins. And one of the mistakes I see is that they jump from strategy to strategy. Okay, they always want to change tactics. They always want to add new things, new layers, new filters, new something new. So if they have 1 month bet, if they have one negative week, then they want to change something else, right? And I think this is a big mistake, not only in sports betting, but anywhere else. So if you look at the most successful businesses, most successful, Bitcoin is one such example. If you compare Bitcoin to other cryptocurrencies, you see that developers, they are very conservative. They are trying to perfect the things that they already have, so they don't jump all the time from things to things, right? And this is something sports bettors should also use. So what I try to teach bettors that they learn the concepts and they make them perfect. So if you for example, if you learn a betting model for soccer and you, I don't know, learn a regression analysis and you make projections, you need to understand this perfectly. Then you move to the next. And once you perfectly understand everything, then you start upgrading things, right? Not, I see some people, they don't understand betting, they don't understand numbers, they don't understand basic things in Google Sheets, for example. I don't know, vertical lookup function, basic regression analysis, basic correlation things, or something like that. And they have 100 ideas how they would change the things. No, 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 no. First, the basics, okay? Try to learn the basics. So how to calculate things in spreadsheets, how to calculate probabilities, how to use simple spreadsheet with so you can create a drop down menu like this, right? Create correlation, for example, so you can calculate, you can see what is the correlation between, I don't know, runs and betting average, for example. So you know how to calculate this. Then the next thing, how to make regression analysis. So you can say, you can take, I don't know, runs, you can take betting average, I don't know, weighted runs created plus and some other metrics. Create a new metric, make regression analysis and see what is the correlation. So those are the basic things before you master. And then you jump to new things and add new things and, I don't know, make it more complex. Because I like to say it is better to read one book than 100 books only once. Because if you have one good book and you read it over and over time, and you actually implement the ideas, it is much better than than if you read 100 books and you don't take really anything from them. Okay, so one book, taking the action, understand everything, and this will make you a long-term winner, not jumping from idea to idea all the time. The same is in sports betting. So if you want to be an expert in one sport, go with one betting model after you understand the concepts, right? One betting model, perfect it, and then pick two, three later, right? So you don't jump from things to think, because in sports betting you want to be among top 5% of the best bettors in your field, right? So for example, baseball is one market, or baseball money line is one market, or basketball is one market, NBA is one market, and you need to become the best of the best in that market, right? And overall also in the top five sports bettors in the world, which means that you understand the basics first. You need to change the mindsets. This is not going. You will not win at sports betting if you don't change the mindset. This is why it is so important, because you cannot be the same person betting $1, the same betting losing, the same person when you lose, the same better when you bet 1, 10, or $1,000 American. You cannot be the same person, right? You need to transform. One of the best things to transform is to take full responsibility. Stop blaming others. Stop blaming players, handicappers, other people. Take full control over your betting knowledge, your life. I'm also I'm just reading for second, or for the third time, High Performance Habits, where it also say first you need to see clarity, and then you need to generate energy. And because in the book it says that for example CEOs of the big companies have the same level of energy than, for example, quarterback in NFL. And to be at that position, you need to control all aspects of life, right? So stop drinking alcohol, take care of your health, mental health, training, everything, okay? Because winning at any field, no matter if this is sport or business or sports betting, you need to be better than the rest, okay? So if you have two sports bettors, they have the same betting model, the same formulas, the same everything, and one is drinking alcohol, partying all the time, he doesn't live healthy life, and the second bettor, he sleeps well, he trains, he take care of himself and the body, he doesn't smoke. In the long run, he will make less mistakes, he will make better decisions, he will make profits, he will not panic when he will hit a bad period, he will not stop, he will not run away, he will not be afraid. On the other side, better who doesn't have all these things, who is not a change person, who didn't transform from casual to winning mindset, he will make all the big mistakes during these times, because winning is easy, right? So if you're winning, this is something anyone can do. But when the things are not great, when the times are not great, or maybe when you have negative record, then it is important that you stay calm and keep going. You have the strategy, you reinvest smaller profits, you have a long-term financial plan, so you know that even if you will have bad month or even a bad season, this will not be a disaster. You track your bets, because then you see if this even makes sense. Your bets are based on the numbers, not just gut feelings. Because if they are based on numbers, then you know why something is working, or why something is not working, right? And all those things are important. It is not just about picks, it is not just about betting model, it is not just about system. Most people think that they will just try to mimic others. No, it is not about this, okay? The most important thing, if you want to win in life, in betting, in sport, in business, whatever, it is about transformation. It is about becoming a different person, okay? Because when I started betting, when I started betting in 1998, I was 18 years old. If I exclude first, let's say, 2 years when I was playing parlays and making stupid bets, and then I started betting on plus EV, comparing bookmakers lines, creating betting models later. I still made profits. I was still better in terms of betting than most other people. I was winning some competition on betting portals. I was making great analysis. People knew me from secret betting forums as well. But that still didn't make me a successful sports bettor because I simply didn't make money back then because I was simply not the person to make money. I was drinking alcohol. I didn't sleep. I was watching games all night. Uh, my mind was not fixed. I didn't have the good mindset, okay, if I say so. I was panicking. I was always under distress. I was not improving that much. I didn't invest in my personal development. I didn't invest in my health, and all these things were the reason that at some point I made bad decisions and I lost money, I lost bankrolls, and then I had to start doing things again, right? And Although I understood how betting works, what is plus CV, how to calculate probabilities, I still was not successful sports bettor. I could say I could be successful sports handicapper on betting portals, but betting on betting portals with imaginary money is never the same than betting actual money that you need for paying your bills. This is how I lived back then, right? Right now, I don't need to bet anymore. I don't pay the bills with direct betting. So I use bettings to reinvest in other assets, right? So I build wealth. This is my goal. But back then, I was paying the bills with betting profits, and it was completely stressful, and I didn't know how to change this. So I needed to change myself. So I had to transform from old me to new me, and this was mindset, right? I couldn't be the same person, even if I had the betting model, even if I had the peaks, but I couldn't be the same person who was not paying attention to health, who was not sleeping, watching games all night, watching results all day, being in stress. I could not be the same person if I wanted to really benefit from sports betting. Okay, and this is very important. So you need to master all those things and then move to bigger things. I think that everything comes naturally later. If once you start transforming, once you start changing yourself, things come naturally. Okay, so focus on these habits, focus on transformation, then things will come naturally. This is at least what I believe. I'm pretty sure about this based on my life experience and based on my personal experience. And even if you read the books from most successful people or the books from people who searched, who were helping people to become better, who were helping people to success in any area, and they will always say, always ask yourself what kind of person you must become to be successful. Don't ask for a tip for success, or if you like, if you want to make $1 million, don't ask how to make $1 million. Ask what kind of a person I must become to make $1 million. So in sports betting, don't ask what to bet, but what kind of a person you want to you need to become to be successful better. Okay, I know some people will say, okay, I just need picks, which is completely okay. uh, and I think that people who are looking for picks, they never really make money in sports betting. But sports betting industry needs people who look for picks because they feel the bookmakers, and then bookmakers have higher limits, better odds because of this. The more people lose, so the more people don't take seriously sports betting, bookmakers will make more money, bookmakers will have better limits, there will be more liquidity, they will offer more odds, and they can pay more money to winning sports bettors. Okay, so I don't have anything against people who look for picks or who don't take betting seriously, because this is a benefit for bookmakers and also for winning bettors. So if there will be more losing bettors, there will be more money in the sports betting market, and winning bettors who decide to become winning bettors, they will have less limits, they can make more money, and so on and so on. Okay, I have programs that show you how to become long-term winner, how you can transform to this. But of course, not everyone will take the action to do this, which is completely okay. So everything is okay, right? So everything is okay. Peaks, and those who wants to become winners, everything is completely fine, right? So this is sports betting industry. It is not. It is not. Charity game, right? We are all here to outperform others because in sports betting the money comes from people and then you take it. So it is not from government, it is not from charity or something like that. So if you win, somebody else must lose, right? So you take the money from a guy who doesn't understand math, who doesn't have betting models, who doesn't bet seriously, who doesn't have money management, who plays parlays, who is looking for picks, and from people who doesn't have attention, right? Because there is a lot of information right now. The problem is not information. People say, I don't know how to win at sports betting, I don't know how to build betting model, I don't know how to make picks, I don't know that and that. No, this is not a problem because there is information there, okay? And not only information, you can basically buy for a very small fee someone else life work. Even if we take just books, for example, if you take, I don't know, Aristotle or Socrates or Einstein or, I don't know, Tolstoy or any book, and if you take their books, you basically hang with some of the brightest minds, or Marcus Aurelius, if you like Stoics. Basically, for, I don't know, for $20, you can hang with some of the smartest people in the world. This is something crazy, right? So some person, if we take, I don't know, Marcus Aurelius, if you take him, he was exceptional person, and for very small fee, you can take his knowledge, you can see how he thinks, and you can basically learn from him. The same is in sports betting. There are good information. You can learn how to bet with numbers. You can see what other people did to become successful sports bettors. So it is not about that there is no information. So the question, how to win at sports betting, or I don't know what to do, I think this is not taking full responsibility to this, right? I think I think the biggest problem is the attention, right? So if you have the book from Marcus Aurelius, or if you have the book from Socrates, or Aristotle or Platon, and you don't have attention to sit down and learn and implement these ideas, or if you buy a course, or if you buy a book, or if you go to a school, and if you don't learn and implement these things, or seminar or whatever, then it is not a problem about information, because information is there. It is more about the attention. But of course, the problem of attention in this world is because there is too much information. There is too much exciting things. Who will watch my video? Who will read the blog? Who will, I don't know, who will even, I don't know, practice spreadsheets when there is, I don't know, shorts on YouTube with a lot of excitement. There are handicappers with peaks who talk nicely, who are more attractive, who have better video, flashy things. So why would you even put some effort if there is a lot of excitement out there? Bleacher Report, ESPN. If I just focus on sports betting, a lot of excitement. They show you nice parlays that were winning parlays, a lot of money. So with one hit, some people make a lot of money. You could also do it if you are a little bit lucky. So everything is about short terms, about quick bucks, magical bullets, dopamine spike, and of course, people who will have the attention, who can sit down, who have attention to watch, to read, to learn, who have focus, they will be winners in the future. Okay, because I think this will be the real game changer, because the things are changing so quickly. So it is not important where you get the information, but how fast you can implement this information. So, and how to implement fast this information, you need to have attention. You need to have focus. Uh, I see people, not only sports betting, but in general, I see people, they don't have the attention to read one page in a book. They don't have attention. And right now, people don't have attention to watch 2 3 hours long movie. uh, I'm older generation. I'm not that old, but I was watching old movies like Citizen Kane, and those white black movies, and some of them Kuva, this Ben Hur, if you remember the old Ben Hur, right? And some of these movies, Dr. Zhivago, for example, some of these movies were 3 4 hours long, right? And I sit down and I watched it. People right now, I think there is some statistics that people cannot, they don't have the attention to watch 3 2 3 hours of movies. And I think this is the biggest problem. And when it comes to sports betting, if you don't have the attention, you will miss the details. You will miss the odds. You will miss uh, the stats. You will not learn the concepts because you will start and then you will jump and then you come back, and you will simply you cannot simply play this game, because this is sports betting is intellectual game, right? So it is not about sport. It is not about running. It is not about physical sport, right? You don't do anything. You can sit down at home and you just need to find discrepancies and find positive expected value. So it comes down to the ability to find the details, and those who are more detailed, they will win, right? Because sports betting is all about details, right? And so if I go back to the main point is that if you don't transform, if you don't change as a person, you will not win in sports betting. Okay, this is why you see so many people bet for 1 year, for 2 years, and then they disappear. Or people start sharing pics on social media, on betting portals for 1 year, and then they disappear, right? Because they cannot stay long in the game. Once they start losing, or once they see what it really takes. Of course, I'm not here to tell you what is your passion. The passion is a personal thing. I assume that you're all passionate about sports betting, and I focus on passionate sports bettors. Similar, if I would, I don't know, talk about playing a guitar, and then if you come to me and say, okay, I want to play a guitar, and I will tell you, you need to do this, you need to do this and this and this, and then you say, I don't have time. Well, that's not my problem if you don't have time. That's your thing, right? I'm just here to tell you, if you want to play a guitar, if you want to learn, I assume that this is your passion. This is something you need to take care of. I don't know if what is your passion, but to play a guitar, you need to, I don't know, train 2 hours per day, do this practice, learn these notes or whatever, right? And in sports betting, the same, right? You need to do this, that, and then you will have a chance to become long-term successful better. We all have the same time, 24 hours. So it is all about priorities, right? And everyone must know what is his passion. And life is so short that it is waste of time if you spend your time for something that is not your passion. Life is very, very short, right? So last 20 years, I have a feeling that the time flies like, I don't know, like a year. And the worst thing we can do is that we do things that we don't like, or that don't make us happy, or don't bring any joy or fulfillment or something like that, right? Many people love sports, many people love money, but this is not betting. Okay, who doesn't love sports? Who doesn't love money? Everyone loves money. 7 billion people love money. Um, Even those who say that they don't love money, they love money. Okay, everybody loves money, because money can buy you freedom, money can buy you health, money can help your family, money can uh, help you travel around the world, money can make you see the things, anything. Money can make you better food, whatever, right? And everybody loves money. So this is not something new. Everybody has dreams, right? And so most people love sports. Most men like sports, right? So this is not something new. But not many love betting because most people confuse betting with sports and money, right? Because betting, to win a sports betting, you need to find positive expected value in terms of numbers and probabilities. And this is math. And this is math. This is about betting models. This is about, I don't know, creating a software or maybe bots and then fight with soft bookmakers about this. So you can identify these odds or you can crunch your own numbers. But at the end of the day, it is all about numbers. Okay, bookmakers are winning because they are focusing on numbers. Okay, so they make their own odds, then they see how people bet, then they adjust the odds, so they make money no matter what because they have the weak or margins. Here we say margins. Some people say weak juice, but this is the fee that they take with every single bet. So they simply balance this. So it is all about numbers, and most people confuse this uh, because they think sports betting is about sport and money. No, it is not, right? And this is again ability to hear the details, ability to focus what somebody is telling you, right? So if I would be a good marketer, I would just say, hey guys, I have three winners today. I don't know, they are playing in weather. His wife is cheating, then play this. And then if I would hit, I would make even bigger hype, right? But I hope that we're all smart, that this is not how the things work, right? And it is all about numbers, right? So all those things come down to attention and the ability to be focused. Okay, so you can exclude the things that are not there. So Warren Buffett once said, write down 25 things that you want to do or want to achieve, and then just throw away 20 things and only focus on five things. So of course, paying attention, so having a focus and paying attention to details is also what you should not do or what should you not focus on, right? So this is also many times better. Better think before you ask what I should do, ask first what I should not do, right? So it is easier to stop doing things that are not making you better. Stop doing things that are not helping you win in the long run before implementing new things. So what are those things? So stop watching games, stop playing parlays, stop throwing money without any strategy, don't chase losses, don't be emotional. So fix emotional things, right? So have a long-term plan. If you have a long-term strategy, financial strategy, where betting is part of it, then you can make better betting decisions because your betting decisions will not be affected by your emotions or based on stress or some necessity or something like that, right? You will make better decisions, and this is very important. Okay, so stop doing things that are not helping you, and so watching games, making bad bets, following picks, being a follower, and then start focusing on how to become long-term winner in sports betting, right? Those are the things that helped me. I see also others uh, who are successful sports bettors, and they have very similar thinking. Okay, so it is about the mindset. So I see the people who are detailed, who are passionate about sports betting, who go deeper with the knowledge, deeper with models, deeper with numbers. They have constantly very good results. Of course, they have negative days, negative weeks, negative season will also come, but they have constantly good results. They improve their finances, they improve their life. On the other side, people who just want who are not passionate about math and betting and numbers, and they just want money, they are struggling all the time because it is in conflict it is in a conflict. The passion you have, and the results, right? So if you don't love sports betting, which means numbers, analytics, probabilities, then you will always you will always be in a conflict with your passion. Okay, so the first thing is you need to separate sports, money, and sports betting. Those are three completely different things. Okay, sports betting has nothing to do with sports, almost nothing. Okay, I will not say nothing, but sports betting industry just took the data from players. Okay, so players are just data points, teams are just data points, and what you need to create successful gambling industry. Okay, what you need people who are willing to risk, right? You need the liquidity, so the money will come, and you need to create a hype. So you need to create a dream that people can make money, and then you need to have something unique that people are watching or are doing. And sport is perfect for that, because you have games, you have teams, you have events, because every event in sports will have an outcome, right? And outcomes can be described in probability. So one team has a chance, the second team has a chance, and probability of first team plus probability of the second team is 100%, right? Or one, right? So you have perfect industry for this. And then you have people, then you have men who are watching this sport, who are passionately involved in this sport, right? So this is a perfect formula. And the biggest trick, the biggest trick, and this is something we need to say heads down to the bookmakers. They connected this, and they created false. They created this false environment where they drag people into something they don't understand. Okay, so the marketing about sports betting is that this is a sport. You need to pick the winner. You need to correctly predict who will win the game, and you will make money. No, this is wrong, and this is this is perfect example, and this is really something amazing what bookmakers did, and the whole market, right? So you drag into these people who love sports, who love money. You tell them that this is sports, and that their knowledge will help them. But on the other side, this is really brutal, numerical, algorithmical, statistical, mathematical market, nothing else. And those people are ignoring this part, and they will never make money. Okay, the market is sharp. The numbers are very strong, because you see, when you bet against the bookmakers, they are betting against you automatically, right? Just think about this. They bet every single game that you bet. So they're not picking the games, they're not selecting the games. So you say there is, I don't know, 15 games in NFL. When you bet on a game, they're automatically betting against you. So they're not picking, I don't know, Cincinnati, I don't know, Patriots, and I don't know, Buffalo, right? They're not picking games. They are there, and they accept bets, and accepting the bets means they are betting against you. Why? Because they are creating the numbers in their advantage. Of course, they also make mistakes. This is why a sports bettor will say, okay, here is the mistake, here is the mistake, here is the mistake. But they are betting against you in every single game, because they create the numbers. And this is something most sports bettors don't understand. They think that the bookmakers will lose if some team will win. Yeah, but they will make in another game. They are making money based because they have the fee, right? And this is the perfect idea. and this will stay in the future as well. Once people who are looking for picks, and once people who are looking to pick winners, who are looking to predict the outcome of the game, like who will win the game, if those people stop betting, then the market would probably become so sharp that no one can win. The only chance we have to win at sports betting is because 95% of people are not taking betting seriously, right? Because when I bet against the bookmaker, they not only that they have great algorithms, they also have the information from other bettors. Because when you bet on a game, you vote with your money. And let's say we have a game between, I don't know, Chicago Cubs and Cleveland, right? And people will start betting on this game, and every single bet is new information for a bookmaker, right? So when they open the odds, they open with their own algorithms, with their own projections. So this is just first assumption, if you can say, and then every single bet is a new information, and then they start forming the final price, right? And if you can make your own numbers, and if you can be early and attack this bookmaker early, then you can pay better price than the rest, and this will make you a winning better. Okay, and those are the concepts most bettors don't understand, and which is completely fine. Okay, we need losing bettors. We need losing bettors. Okay, if there wouldn't be losing bettors, then bookmakers wouldn't pay winning bettors. Okay, this is the harsh truth. Okay, nobody forced us to bet. We are all here based on our free will, and this is the reality. And I think I gave you a lot of information. So now it is all up to your attention. If you listen, if you believe, or you can also try, you can research this, you can use your own logic, but those are the information and the truths that I learned in my 25 years of sports betting. I'm not here for last 3 years, for last year. I'm doing this for more than 25 years. And Sports betting is always about finding plus EV, staying in the game. So it is more important that you stay in the game longer, right? Money management is because you want to stay in the game, so you're not out of the game. If you have 1,000 American dollars, and if you bet everything on one single game, or if you chase losses, then you're risking that you are out of the game, right? So sports betting is really about staying longer in the game, and then once you start building a bankroll, then this is the first layer. Once you start reinvesting profits, this is the second, third, fifth, fourth, fifth layer, and then it is much much easier when you don't need money from betting for your living expenses, but you use betting as a tool to make even more money, right? So once I started making profits, I reinvested not only in assets but in myself, so in everything, right? So to become better person, to become different person, and so on, right? So it is about plus EV. It is about how you manage this. It is never Sports betting was never about picking a winner unless we play a mafia game. But this is something I'm not involved. Also, bookmakers will not allow you to bet a lot on, I don't know, second Georgian league, where you know that mafia. Sorry if you're from Georgia, Georgia in Europe, not in America, or Tajikistan or whatever. I don't know if they have mafia, but I want to say that there are some exotic leagues where players are paid a little bit less, and there is a bigger chance that they can fix matches, right? But this is something I never did. I don't like this. I don't like crime. I don't like mafia. I always try to make money with my IQ, whatever this is. It is I didn't measure it, but it is probably an average. But I always try to do with my mind, and that's it. Okay, so the video is a little bit longer, and I didn't even make share projections with you. Okay, so I will share projections. As I said yesterday, Oakland winning bet or winning bet. Also, I can check it. So I had three. Oakland was a winning bet. First five inning also winning bet, both in underdog odds. Minnesota was a losing bet. Minnesota was a losing bet, and Arizona was a winning bet. Although the latest odds were 2.16, so I lost closing line here. Okay, I lost closing line here. So in other words, Minnesota was better bet than Arizona, but Arizona was a winning bet. Okay, and Minnesota was a losing bet. So if you listen, if you have attention, you understand this. Okay, and this will help you in the long run. Okay, so focus on details. Uh, Perfect. Learn first one thing, so you know it perfectly before you jump to next thing, and this will make you successful better in the long run. This is what I believe. But again, don't listen to me. This is not financial advice. Everything I say from my experiences, and those are just my opinions and views. Okay, you can do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell anyone what to bet or what to do. Chicago Cubs against Cleveland. Imanaga against Ben Lively. Lefty against right-handed pitcher. Based on my projections, Cleveland should be small underdog. They are small underdog, and because of that, I have here negative number, adjusted Kelly criterion. Those are my betting model projections. This is winning percentage. This is projected total in our members Discord group. We were talking about the totals. I don't focus on totals because if you bet on totals, you need to check the weather. Okay, the weather is changing all the time, and uh, I I don't know if I mentioned this in my videos or I didn't mention this for a long time. So my main motivation for sports betting was freedom. Okay, it was never really about money. Although I didn't have a lot of money when I was young, I don't come from rich family or something like that. But when I came to study, I had to work as a bartender and a waiter because I simply didn't have money. I had to pay the rent. Then I started betting. Then I lost money. Then I had to go back to the restaurant to work. And the one thing that I hated the most was that I had to work every single weekend, every single night. Okay, I had 1 day or 2 days off, usually on Monday or Tuesday. But the most customers, they were on Friday, Sunday, Saturday, the tourists, right? And I had to work every single holiday on Christmas, and the boss always dictates me how to live when I have to come to the work. It was usually after 12, so because most people came to dinner late, right? And this is something I hated the most, and I simply wanted freedom. I didn't want that anyone dictates my time. I didn't want to work for anyone. So this is the third, or the second, or the third reason why I also don't like the picks, because first of all, it is not working. I am against picks for myself. I don't have anything against other people who sell picks, but even if this would work, I don't like such kind of service where you have followers and then you work for them, because I would just move from bartending and serving other people in this way to serving other people who are not motivated, who are not passionate about sports betting, who are just looking for sports picks. I would not help them to become long-term winners. I would also not help them to become better person. I would just give them picks, and of course, in every single negative period which would come, there would be the similar story like in when I was bartending, and this was not freedom. I also didn't like to play poker, although I played poker for 1 month when I was very young, because you need to sit down and you need to play poker, right? I also didn't like live betting because you also need to sit down let's say the game starts at 7, and then you need to sit down and you need to be there, and I don't want to be there. Okay, I spent the summer on the island. I can do whatever I want. Okay, I have courses where I put all my knowledge, I open all my formulas from my sports betting models to the people so they can use them, implement them, learn from this, and I am there for them when they need help. Uh, we make a call or I help them through emails or whatever, but I am not doing daily service like I was doing a bartender. This is something I do. I don't work for others anymore. And this was my dream in my life, right? I probably still have this trauma, but I also don't want to be a slave of sports betting. So that's why I don't watch the games. I don't check the results every time. So imagine I'm with friends, I'm with my daughter, I'm with my partner on some island or on some mountain or somewhere in the nature, and then I would need to check the results. Then I would stop betting. Okay, this is not life. So sports betting must become a tool that will improve your life. Okay, not that will make your life harder, right? And of course, I can make projections in 10 minutes. I had a time, so I checked how many minutes I need to complete these projections. In 15 minutes maximum, I can make all the projections. And for the games like this, when I have average pitcher or the game like this where adjusted Kelly is small, I simply just paste it here and then I move to the next game. Even this will not reach 1.5. So for example, let's say where adjusted Kelly is 0.95, then I would check the lineups and this might go up or down, but usually you can see quickly which games are potentially good bets, right? So I don't like to do anything where I need to trade my time, my freedom. Okay, I was working hard to become free, and this is something I teach my students, my members, to use sports betting as a tool to improve your life. Because if sports betting is not a tool to improve your life and your finances in the long run, then it is better to stop betting. Okay, I'm saying this for me. I'm not talking what you should do, right? But this is how I think. And my goal was always freedom, not really money. Money comes with the passion, with the work that you do, with everything else. But my motivation was always freedom, not nothing else. So I don't like that other people dictate my time. Okay, and this was my ultimate goal from the start, and I'm happy right now that I live this way. Okay, so I am more happy when I can share my knowledge with the people who wants to do the same through my courses and sports betting models, where I open the doors to my spreadsheets, my models, my thinking, my everything that I think is important to become long-term winner, and sometimes people come to me and then they expect that I will make picks and I will make projections for day on a daily basis. This is not going to happen. Okay, I stopped working for others, so this is like 12 13 14 years ago or something like that, right? So I don't work for others. Okay, I am in a service to people who wants to become long-term winners, but I don't do peak service. Okay, I don't do projections for others. I teach you how to do this. So one of the best quotes I ever heard. This is one of my favorite quotes. I always say, "Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime." Okay, so my motivation with everything that I do is not to give you a fish because then you will always rely on me, right? I want to teach others how to fish. Okay, so I want that all people stop watching me, relying on my numbers, so you can actually make your own numbers. You can learn the ideas that help me and others as well. So it is not just for me. And you can try to implement them and then you see if this is for you or not. Okay, of course, sports betting is not for everyone, numbers are not for everyone. I'm also not for dancing, I'm also not for singing. I also don't like many things. They are not for me, but this is something. everyone must find out. Take a paper, write down the things that you like in your life, and then focus on these things, right? So uh, sometimes I see people say, I don't like to analyze games. What do you mean by that? Then you don't like betting, right? You love money. Okay, I also love money. Everybody loves money, right? So you don't like analyzing the games, then you don't like betting. But if you don't like betting, if you don't like analyzing games, you will have hard time, because sports betting is a competition, because other people who loves analyzing games, they will outperform you. Simple as that. So I didn't discover hot water here. So this is how it is, right? St. Louis, Cincinnati, Sonny Gray against Andrew Abbott. Based on my projections, Cincinnati should be plus 141. Bookmakers plus 112. And I found a value with St. Louis in first 5 innings, because as you see, my projected number is 63.71% of chance, and this can be translated into the odds. You simply divide 1 by this probability and you get decimal odds. Okay. One more thing, I use decimal odds. They're much simpler to use. This is also very, very tricky from American bookmakers. They know that with American odds are a little bit more complex. You have two if statement if you make projections and so on. So I will not go deep with this, but they are a little bit more complex. And they know that most bettors they don't like math, they don't like numbers, they don't have basic understanding of probabilities, and this will just make them even harder. But I think decimal odds are better if you analyze games, if you use numbers. They're very simple. You simply divide 1 by the probability and you get decimal odds. Or if you want to do vice versa, simply divide 1 by the decimal odds and you get probabilities, right? So no, if minus 110, then you need to bet 110. If plus 100, then you bet 100 to get plus 1. There's no if statements, okay? Just simple divide 1 by the odd with the odds or with probability, and you get everything that you need. No if statements, nothing else. Okay, you don't have negative number, you don't have positive number, nothing. You just have simple decimal numbers. You simply multiply decimal number with your stake and you get the profit, right? You get the payout, right? Simple as that. So the simplest cannot be, right? This is the simplest possible, right? But still, I know that if you are grown in America and if you understand only American odds, then you will probably use American odds. Although every single bookmaker has decimal odds right now, you simply just change to decimal odds, right? And then again, we come back to that first statement, or one of the first statement I said. Information is there. It is only a question if you have the attention to learn this. Simple as that, okay? There's everything out there. Either you pay for the information, either you ask someone, or you find on the internet. That information is there. So it is not the problem of lack of information. The problem is of attention. Houston Tampa Bay race, Valdez against Tej Bradley, righty against lefty. Based on my projections, this is close to 50-50. Of course, no betting model is perfect. This model is also not perfect. I could make it more complex, but then I would also add more errors. So I think this is the balance between having enough good advanced statistics and advanced metrics here, and not being too simple and not overcomplicating. Okay, that's why I also look for biggest discrepancy. Okay, so bookmakers have minus 120 on Houston. There is not enough value. Then we have Texas Boston. Texas will start with a pitcher that is not qualified for my betting mode. That means that he doesn't have enough innings pitch or something like that. I didn't check who is pitcher after I saw that he's not qualified. So those would be just rough projections if Texas start with league average pitcher. Kansas, Minnesota, no value. No value. You see my projections, bookmakers numbers. I also add here American odds because I know baseball is American sports. Most people use American odds. What I said is that decimal odds are much easier to use, much simpler to understand. You need half hour to learn them, and then you have this for a lifetime. And if you will start analyzing games, if you will create betting models, decimal odds will be much easier, so you don't overcomplicate all those things, right? When you make calculation, when you make probabilities, when you turn odds into probabilities and vice versa, it is much easier. Okay. Yankees White Sox, I skipped this game as well. I can just check. Then we have Dodgers against Milwaukee. Based on my projections, Freddy Peralta and Milwaukee, they should be a favorite at home. This is close to 50-50 game. I see the value with my betting model with Milwaukee in first 5 innings and also in full game money line. So those are all my qualified bets for today. But let's quickly check the other projections. Toronto, LA. I have LA Angels at minus 111, very similar to bookmakers. So they have them at minus 108, minus 111 is my line, or in decimal 1.9. As you see, this is a little bit bigger number. I hear this is all calculated in the back, right? And 1.93 is bookmaker. There is no value. Pittsburgh, San Diego. Still didn't see the bookmakers odds, the serious bookmakers odds. There are some soft bookmakers odds. I don't manipulate or then don't track soft bookmakers odds. And I don't complain on Twitter why soft bookmakers are doing this or that. I'm also not sharing the odds, projected odds, with the bookmaker that accept $1 on a game. So once we will see major bookmakers, major sports books across the world, then we can get the odds. But if soft bookmakers if we take soft bookmakers odds, I think there is some value with San Diego, because I think I saw 1.60 on San Diego or something like that. Then probably some value with San Diego, okay? Because you want to bet on a game where your predicted probability is higher than the bookmakers odds reflect, okay? So this is the main concept of making winning bets. Then of course it comes down to how correct is your prediction or calculation, but the concept is exactly this. Okay, you must bet on a game where your predicted probability is higher than the bookmakers odds reflect. Okay. So you get the information from bookmakers. This is something you don't need to care, because they will give you their odds. The only thing is how correct are your probabilities, right? Colorado, Arizona, I would skip this game. Atlanta, San Francisco Giants, Chris Sale, Blake Snell, two left-handed pitchers. Based on my projections, San Francisco should be a little bit bigger favorite. So maybe small value with San Francisco. One interesting thing as well. I think, so as I said, I'm not focusing on totals, but bookmakers set the total at 6.5. My betting model has 6.87 in this game. The second thing is that we were talking in our Discord group about weather in this game, and in this game the weather will fly. So the weather will blow so left outside, which means that both pitchers are left-handed. Most of the lineups from both teams is right-handed, so they will hit like this. It is also warm weather, which is also good for balls. So they could score a little bit more runs, which is another layer if you add to this. So it is 1.5 difference between the runs with my projections. And if we add weather factor for totals, this is a supportive information. And I think at 6.5, if you get even odds, over 6.5 might be a good bet as well. We will see tomorrow if this is correct. But of course, one game is not. It's just a noise. The more important information would be in which direction the line will go, the total line or the odds. So, for example, if the total was set at 6.5, let's see if it will go to 7. This is much more important information if this analysis for this game was correct or not. Okay, this is much more important than the end result of the game. Okay, so the video was a little bit longer. I didn't create a long video for some time, but I don't know. I started talking, and I hope you stick with me. If not, completely okay. I just share information. Everything came naturally from my mind. That's how I felt today. And again, everything that I do on the internet, is to help you become long-term winner in sports betting. Okay, it is not about picks. I'm sharing picks because this is how I attract people, and some of them maybe hear my message. But my main goal is to transform sports bettors' life, so they can use sports betting as a tool to build wealth, or at least they stop betting if they see that this is not for them. This is also win. So there are only two wins. Either you transform into a winning bettor, use numbers, your betting models, you decide that you become a long-term winner, or you simply stop betting, unsubscribe from me, unsubscribe from all my emails, unsubscribe from all betting, do your thing, have a happy life. I wish you success. The worst thing is to stay in sports betting, do things by halves, lose money year after year. Um, of course, if the level of enjoyment and entertainment if is bigger than the price that you pay, then this is completely okay as well. Okay, but me myself, I don't see uh, entertainment in just watching games and losing money. Okay, even so, one thing which is very important, because for last 25 years I'm betting, right? And as I said, I escaped 9 to 5 like 20, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, and I don't even need to bet anymore, right? So I do this because I love it. And before that, I had very good days, very good years. I lost bankrolls 2 times. And when I didn't have any money because I was completely broke, I still made analysis. I was still trying to make analysis. I was still working on my numbers. Why? Because I love this, right? So if you don't have money for playing soccer or playing basketball, you will still do it because you love it. But if you will do something just because of money, you cannot do it long term, and other people will outperform you. Okay, and this is something nobody can tell you what to do. This is every single person's personal thing, right? So it is not this is something everyone needs to figure it out by himself. I cannot do this for you. Your sister, your mom, your partner, your kids, nobody can do this for you. You are the only person who can figure it out if sports betting, in other words, analyzing games, numbers, probabilities, finding plus CV on the betting market. If you love analyzing games, this is something only you can figure it out. And one of the best indicators is that we were all in a bad period, in a bad time where we didn't make money. And ask yourself, did you wake up and did you love making and crunching numbers? Was this passion for you? Or you were coming back like a tourist every time when you see someone hitting something big because you have idea that you will also make easy money. Okay, if this is the second, you will probably have hard times in sports betting. But if it is a first, right, if you made in your life analysis, if you were crunching numbers, if you were learning, improving, even when you didn't have a dollar to bet, then there is a big chance that sports betting is for you in the long run. Okay, uh, I'm not saying that you should do this, I'm not saying that you should not bet, but I think those are two good indicators if this is something that you love, and if this is something that will make you make your lives better. Okay, okay, that's it from me today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.